Okay, so we have got a mashup this morning. Equipment required: 1 chair, 1 kettlebell, and lightweight dumbbells, and a broomstick, and that's all your equipment. So push your chair up against something so it's not going to slide off. And with no further ado, we've got some 50-second rounds with 10 seconds. Now, as you're doing this, whether you're doing it live or whether or not you're doing it on pre-recorded, basically you've got 10 seconds between exercises. You can choose to go from straight into the next one, as I'll be instructing it, or you can take the rest. We're going to start with some back steps, and it's going to be the right leg leading in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. So right back box step, and then just stand it up. Let's add a little squat on that. So we're going to go down for the squat, back step, and then down for the squat. Keep that going. I'm just going to turn my sound up on the bell, so hopefully you'll be able to hear that. I'm also going to plug my phone in. Okay, so we are live this morning. Okay, doing a live recording. Got a big old exercise list this morning. So we've got a little step and then our little squat. I've recorded that little video, the best stretch, and I put that out already on the WhatsApp group. And time. You're going to turn it round and we're going to do our suspended plank. So it's going to go down, right, left, down, right, left, and stand up. Okay. So these two exercises mimic each other. Hopefully they go together really quite nicely. So we're on the 50-second rounds today. Once we've done all the 50-second rounds, if you're doing it live, you've got no choice. You're going to do 30 seconds summation. And if you're doing it pre-recorded, you can cut it after the 50 rounds, which will be 30 minutes workout. Really good for your tummy muscles, this. Time. Turn it back round again. You can either wait for the bell or start with your left side back step. Let's go. So left side back step with a nice deep squat. And I'm bringing my fingertips up to my temples as we're doing this. So over the weekend I was trialling the Bluetooth earbuds with my laptop so I can actually hear the music as well. It was an epic fail, guys. Couldn't get the Bluetooth speakers to link up to my laptop. And I tried to bypass it by going through the phone, and then I couldn't play and time. And we're going to turn it back round again. This time it's left leg suspended plank. So when you're ready, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So left leg this time. So. Now, I've just thought about another issue that I might have, because we all know how Terry is very good at using my Spotify when I'm trying to work, but now I can't hear it. I won't know if she's playing about with it. Put a little bit of Amy Winehouse on when we're trying to do something fast, or some Van Morrison, or even worse, a bit of Motown. Time. Turn it back round. Now we're going to go for a grasshopper, guys. So hands on the chair, step back for me. Drop the hips and then go into the grasshopper. So we've got our little grasshopper now. This is going to be a repeat exercise, the grasshopper and also the wide in and out. So I'm going to be using the grasshopper and the wide in and out as a repeat exercise between the blocks of exercise. So you'll have 4 exercises in a block, which we've just done. And then we'll move on to the next block, but we'll have a little sandwich in the middle of the grasshopper, again working on our mobility. Time. Now the next one is 4 wide in and out, 1 jump back. So starting there, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, jump back, jump forwards. So it's 4 on this one. Remember that 4 is easier than 3, 3 is easier than 2, but we will be progressing it through as we get a little warmer. So it's Monday morning and it's down as a Monday mashup. So I like to do a bit of everything on a mashup. Time. Over for your kettlebell. We've got a slingshot squat, guys, to start with on the kettlebell round. So touch down, round the back, touch down, round the back. So keep going, guys. So slingshot squat. Sorry, that was really needed to take that call, but I can't. That's my social services. Don't know what I was rabbiting on about. Basically, I like to do a little bit of chit chat, and we're going to leave that one there. Take your feet a bit wider, turn the toes out. We've got our clean and 2 triceps. So you're going to clean it, press it, 2 triceps. So, like I said, nice and basic. Like to start the Monday off with a nice basic, but like I said, I am making lots of videos. I am loading them up onto YouTube as we go. Some of you discovered that you don't have to wait for WhatsApp and you can go straight onto YouTube to find them. Okay, which is fine. Okay, but just remember, I'll be videoing everything up to go on Wednesday. Well, I'm not going to be in on Thursday morning, but you'll have plenty of videos. You'll have about 10 new videos to watch. Okay, bring that down. Side lunge with a slingshot squat, this time with a touchdown, okay? Are we ready? Let's go. So touch it down, round the back, touch it down, round the back. I have already done that little stretch that I brought in last week. I videoed that this morning, and I've also videoed a part 2 that has gone on the WhatsApp group already. So you can dive into that little stretch. It's billed as the best stretch ever. It probably isn't, guys, but I really like that stretch, and I found a way to advance it. Time. Bring that down. Let's keep that in there. Now you can hold the kettlebell either way up, that way or the other way, keeping the elbows in. You've got 1 squat, 2 presses. 1 squat, 2 presses. So when I'm squatting down, keeping it in fairly tight, squatting, and 2 presses. Sorry, my dog's pulling a really funny face down here. No, he's just turning around. Okay. Get ready to go back to the chair for your grasshoppers. Remember I said you'd have repeat exercises? Let's get rid of that. Back to your chair for your grasshoppers game. Are we ready? Let's go. So again, on this one, just for basically you're back home and anyone maybe watching on the video, the foot comes up and flat and it's up towards the side of the hand, and you can do these on the floor, but I want to get a nice big stretch, hence me using a platform so we can go deeper. And then the next exercise is going to be back to that wide in and out with a jump back, but it's going to be 3 this time. Remember, you can keep it on 4. And time. Okay, so 3 wide in and outs. Oh, you can do 4 gang, okay? So starting back, feet out wide, let's go. Again, when you're doing the jump back, touch down with either both sets of fingers or alternate hands, so that you're not always twisting the spine in one direction. After this, we're down on the floor with your kettlebell and your lightweight dumbbells. Down on the floor. Okay, chest press with the kettlebell. Let's go, guys. So just a chest press, keeping the elbows in. So the downside of recording live and no music to drown my breathing out. Remember, breathing is not an option, and getting out of breath is basically the whole reason we're doing some of these exercises. So if you're a bit out of puff, you're human, not unfit. When you hear the bell, which you will do in the background, you're going to get rid of the kettlebell. Sit up to do that. Sit up, move it out of the way, grab your light dumbbells, and we're going to do a sit up, punch across with the right hand. Punch across with the right hand and draw back with the opposite one. So the arm goes right the way across, pulling that one right the way back to get optimum twist on your tummy muscles. Takes an optimum twist on the tummy. Punch in. Remember, let's get rid of them. Re-grab the kettlebell. Bend the knees, feet flat. Push the tailbone sort of up, tip and tuck. We've got pullovers. And again, remember, this is a core exercise. And hopefully you remember all my nagging about core exercises. The core is to stop unwanted movement from the spine. So what you're trying to do now is keep that spine stable and still. Use your tummy muscles to control that. So when the bell goes over the head and down, it tries to yank you back off the floor. Don't let it. Get ready to get rid of the kettlebell and re-grab the dumbbells. Sit yourself up. Get rid of that. Replace it with the dumbbells. Heels down, toes up. And we're going to be doing the opposite side. So punch across with the left and pull back with the right. Again, so. Those heels down, toes up is a strong instruction, guys. It keeps those hip flexors out of play. Get ready to get back on your feet. We're going for our third and final set on the grasshopper and the wide in and out. Let's get rid of them. Back up onto your chair. And we've got our grasshopper. Let's go. So we're going to have a big old stretch here, gang. Now we've gone back to having the rug back down on the floor, as you can see. I couldn't cope with it without it. It's cold on my feet. Slate floors are all right, but they're cold. Time. Wide in and out. Sorry, that was a bit of a stagger. 2 wide in and outs, 1 jump back, or 3 or 4. Okay? So let's go. So preferably 2. Now remember, 2's harder than 3. 3's harder than 4. You can basically take it to whatever level that you want to. After this round, we're going to go for the broomstick round. Now you've got an option on the broomstick exercise. I'll give you the options. Time. Grab your broomstick. You've got 2 options. Exercise 1, side lunge to side bend, or side bend to heel. Your call. Let's go. I'm going side to side bend. So remember, you can either do side bend, side lunge, or side bend, heel. Make sure it's to your right. Now the next round is 1 squat raise and 2 squat jacks. Okay, or you can reverse that. 2 squat raises, 1 squat jack. So you can do one or the other, depending on how you're feeling today. Time. So it's either 1 squat raise and 2 squat jacks, or 2 squat raises and 1 squat jack. I'm doing 1 and 2, so 1 squat raise, and then I'm going to go 2 jacks. Okay, 1 squat raise and 2 jacks. Now remember, you can reverse it to 2 squat raises and 1 jack. You can do pretty much what you want to this morning within reason, and keeping it sort of options open, guys. Get the arms away from the body. Okay, now, whatever option you took on the right side for the side work, you're going to do on the left, okay? Let's go. So I did side bend, side lunge, but remember the options are side bend, heel. Both are really good for the waist, so you can do whichever variation you want. 4th round of exercises are going to be basically, you can do 1 squat raise and 4 jacks, or 4 squat raises and 1 jack, or any combination. So the more jacks, the harder it is. So 1 and 4 preferably, or you can do 4 and 1. Okay, so it's either 1 jack, 1 squat and 4 jacks, or 4 squats and 1 jack. Let's go. So this is 1 and 4. And this is 4 and 1. So again, remembering you can take it to any variation you want to, or you can stay on the 1 and 2, or 2 and 1. Keep going for me, guys. Next exercise is going to be a plank. Let's get rid of that. Down on the floor for a plank. You can go high plank, elbow plank, elbow plank. So your core, so it can be on your toes, knees. If you're on the hands, I want you up on your toes. I don't want to see any of that, okay? Next exercise, we're going to back on our feet, and we've got our wall lean. Just leaning up against the wall, nice and basic. Down it goes. Up you come, gang. So, up to a wall. Make sure your knees and ankles are in line once you're in position. So in other words, you don't want your knees to be going forward of your toes or your ankles. After this one, we've got, got our earthquake down on the floor. So we're back down for earthquake. Remember the earthquake setup, guys. We've been doing lots of earthquakes with Pilates ball. No Pilates ball this morning, unless you need it if you feel like the hip flexors are turning on. Remember the conversation we had last week, guys? Okay, I've got my hands gently resting there. Time down on the floor. Sit yourself out with your legs straight. Reach down, suck your belly in. Reach your arms, drop back into earthquake. Make sure you relax that off. Now you can just hold that there, or you can go into a marching earthquake. So I've deliberately put, keep going for me, I've deliberately put there's some static rounds in, some isometric exercises this morning, just 4 basic ones. I'm still classing the marching earthquake as an isometric because it's the core that's still, and I'm using our outer limbs, legs and arms to create that bit of bite. Get ready to get back on your feet. Back on your feet. Again, I'm going to remain turning sideways. We've got that raised heel squat to do. So raise the heel, raise the arms, squat and hold it. Okay, now don't go down too low. Equally, don't just do a half squat. So you want to be halfway into that position. Tip and tuck the tailbone under. That is, again, when the bell goes, that would be your 30-minute version of this. But if you're in the live class, obviously you can leave. But we're going to continue with this workout on a 30-second variation of it. So I'm going to be adding all those exercises back in. There will only be 5 seconds changeover. Time. I need to change my time frames. You need to go over to your chair. So I just need to get rid of that. Okay, so right leg step back. Let's go. So right leg step back with a squat for me, gang. So right leg step backs with a squat. Hopefully you've got all your equipment out still. And we're going to be going through and doing, excuse me, one of everything. After this one, we've got our right leg suspended plank. Turn it round. Right leg suspended plank. Let's go. So remember, you've only got 30 seconds this time. And we're going to be doing pretty much one of everything. So that was, the first section is 30 minutes. Well, it's 29 actually. So you can cut it there, or you can continue with us in the live section. Time. Back up, turn it round. Left leg step back with that squat. So go nice and deep. Always like to add a little boom on that deep squat. Make sure you just drop into it. Boom. Okay, feel free to say boom in at home. Nobody cares. Time. Turn it around, guys. Now we've got our right leg, our left leg. Our left leg going up on that chair. So the suspended plank is a good mobility exercise, a good strength exercise, a good core exercise. Next exercise after this one is grasshopper, guys. Turn it back round. Get ready for your grasshopper. Let's go again. Now we're doing one round only of the grasshoppers and the wide in and outs. So you can choose whether on the in and outs, whether you do 2, 3 or 4. 2 being the hardest, 3 being medium, 4 being the easiest. Up you come, just shake those wrists off. So you've either got 4, 3 or 2 wide in and outs. Let's go. I'm going on the 2 because it's 30 seconds. And remember that I put the 4 in for warm up, 3 we got a bit more tenderised, 2 is the main event. Get ready to grab your kettlebell for your slingshot squat. Grab your kettlebell, guys. Slingshot squat. Let's go. So around the back it goes. Keep that coming. Sorry about sniffing. I did bring a tissue down, but oh, there's that gone. I didn't know. We've got clean, press, and 2 triceps coming up after this one. We're going to be doing all the standing exercises together and all the floor exercises together. Time, put that down for a second. Clean, press, 2 try. Let's go. So clean and snatch, press and 2 try. If you don't want to do the triceps, constantly hear that it hurts your elbows on the triceps. It's probably not this exercise that's actually hurting your elbows, guys. It's probably something else that you're doing in everyday life, like too much time on the keyboard. But hey, I don't want anyone hurting. Okay, right, so side lunge, touch down with a slingshot. Let's go. So we touch down, round the back, touch down, round the back. So again, remembering all these are being recorded live this week because I'm having Thursday, Friday, Saturday off at the end of this week. I've got a 6.5 hour drive on Thursday, so I was going to do the morning class, but now I'm not. Time, bring it in, feet in, 1 squat, 2 press, let's go. So 1 and 2. And 2. Get ready for your wall lean next, guys. Let's get rid of that. Over for your wall lean. Let's go. After this one, it's your broomstick. Remember, you've got options on your broomstick. You can change your options for this one. It's either side lunge to side bend, right, or side bend to right heel touch. So you call. So you can do the same as you did last time, or you can change it at this point. Up it comes. Okay, so I'm going to go side and heel this time. Remember, you can change what you did. You can either do that side lunge to side bend, or you can bring this one in. This one is always a waist destroyer, guys. Now you're going to do 1 round and 1 round only of the squat raise, jack raise, and you can choose how you do it. So it can be 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 4 and 1. Okay, so choose which variation you want. I'm going 1 and 2. So 1 squat and 2 jacks. Now remember, you can do it 2 squats and 1 jack. You can just do squat raises if you want, if you've had enough of it. Get ready to do to lows the stick. Actually, ignore me. We've got side bends next, haven't we? Okay, side bends, choose your option, guys. Let's go. So it's left side, whether it's the side lunge to side bend, or whether or not it's the side bend to heel. I've got Brucey baby down here, and it's just starting to dream, guys. So if you hear a whoop, 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 it's just Brucey having a little dream. Here he goes, and if you can hear it. Get rid of that. Up into balance. Hold it. Now your next exercise is going to be a quick lickety split change down for your chest press. Make sure you've got your dumbbells and your kettlebell handy. Down we go for our chest press. Let's go. I know it's quick changeovers, but hey, that's what I'm sort of all about, guys. After this one, reach it way behind your head to put it down. Sit yourself up and grab your dumbbells. And we've got that punch over to the right and pull back with the left. So I'm getting rid of that and I'm making sure it's not going to hit my head. Sitting up, grabbing them, and then we're going to go right over, left back. So again, make sure that kettlebell is well and truly out of your way. Done it that way this time because we've got 5 seconds less changeover time. Pullover's coming up when you hear the bell. Let's get rid of them. Okay. Let's go. Remember all that blurb I said in the first round about keeping that spine down? Making sure that this is a core exercise and the core stops unwanted movement. Same thing for the changeover again next, gang. You're going to put that kettlebell behind you, slide it well and truly out of the way, sit up to grab your dumbbells. Okay, slide that out of the way. This time it's left hand. Let's go. So left punch, right pull back. So like I said, all these videos will come onto WhatsApp on Thursday or maybe even Wednesday. You've had 2 go on this morning. The stretch videos, part 1, part 2. Okay, sit it up, reach it down, reach it forwards, drop into earthquake. Remember, there's an option to earthquake march. And you've got a final exercise after this one, which is going to be your plank. Again, remember, you can choose the options: elbows, knees, elbows, toes, toes and hands. Your core for the plank. Quick spin, guys. Okay, and in position. So again, try and tip and tuck the back up. If you think about straightening the back, you normally end up dip down. That's not straightening the back, that's dipping. So tip and tuck, that'll flatten the back, lower back. Whenever we're thinking about a flat back, we're thinking about a lower back. This is going to be our last exercise. And I'm going to switch the video off. And remember, there's lots of stretches. Lots of stretches on other videos. At home, live class, bring yourself in, and that's you done.